Hey there, Tom Romeo from PCS. You see now that the VM is created and we already set up DNS. The next thing we're going to do is set up a network security group. So to do that, what we're going to do is go to All Services, type in Network Security, and click on Network Security Groups. Okay, and you see there are two, and one of them is named after the VM, which means it was most likely created when the VM was created by default. Now notice there's HTTP and HTTPS here. We're going to add RDP. So to do that, I'm going to click Add Rule, and we're going to limit it by IP address. So I'm going to block my IP address so nobody can see it. But basically, we're going to put in our corporate public-facing IP address with a sitter block of 32, which makes it a single address. Okay. And we're going to change the destination port to 3389, which is the default RDP port. We're going to change the name to RDP, and of course, it doesn't allow spaces, so we're going to rip the spaces out of the name. After we do that, we'll hit save and move on. So now you see there is a rule, and you see on the very top under notification, it's creating the rule. So it takes, sometimes it goes very quickly, sometimes it takes a little bit of time depending on what you're doing, but you see it actually did create the rule. So now what we're going to do is go to virtual machines, click on our virtual machine, and this is the way I like to do it. There are probably 1,000 ways to do it. Well, maybe not 1,000, but what I'm going to do, you see how we've got RDP already listed there, right? So that is our inbound rule. But we're going to verify that it's using that network security group. So I'm going to click on Network Interface, and on the left bar, Network Security Groups, and bam, there it is, the network security group that was created when the VM was created. So our VM is connected to that network security group. Now what's cool about this is, as I add VMs, I can link them all to the same network security group. I don't need to make a new network security group for each VM. And then all the rules for one VM apply to all the others. So let's remote into it. So I'm going to download the RDP file, and there it is in the bottom tray. Open it up. And I'm going to type in the local admin that we used when we created the VM and the password. Remember, this VM is not a member of a domain yet, so this is a local admin group. We will be adding this domain. Actually, we're going to turn this VM into a primary domain controller. And not that it's really necessary, but we intend to do some things with our Traverse demos that will require a domain. And it's just for demonstration purposes. We'll have some Traverse demonstrations that'll be Forms authentication. We'll have others that are Windows authenticated. So by having a domain, we can then, do both. So that'll be our next step. We're also going to add disks to this VM. And the reason why we're going to add disks is because Traverse is going to have SQL Server Express installed, and we're going to need extra disks for SQL Server Express. Thanks for watching, and remember, you can download all of our software from our website.